Hello again, it's April here, and today I have for you a sketchbook tour video. We just had one of these a couple of weeks ago, but I start sketchbooks at the same time and I seem to finish them pretty much at the same time. I actually have another one off camera that's almost finished too, so expect another sketchbook tour probably next month. This one here is number 50. It had this lovely cat on it, which is looking worse for wear. I'll see if I can pop a picture up of it when it was looking good. People ask me a lot on Instagram if I protect my sketchbooks when I paint on them. This will show you that no, I do not. So this sketchbook is a Royal Talens, Our Creations Royal Talens sketchbook. And I pretty much use these, I would say I use these like 90% of the time just because they're affordable. They take like mixed media pretty well, and you know, you can get them in different colors and you can get them pretty much everywhere. So I do like these sketchbooks. This one here is more the one with like the yellow pages, kind of like the cream pages, but I know that there's a new one now that's white, which I haven't tried yet, but I'd like to. So this one's number 50. I started it April the 16th and I finished it September the 5th. So it took me about 6 months. Pretty good. First page are some stamps. These are actually old stamps. If you guys remember, if you've been around for a while, I did a video when I hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I did 1,000 minutes of art, which turned out to be about 17 hours. It was awful. And I made these stamps while I was doing it. So I've been getting into printmaking. Well, I was getting into printmaking a few months ago when I started the sketchbook. And I wanted to print out all of the stamps that I had made to kind of see what I had. And then over the next couple of pages are designs for lino printing that I wanted to do. And I made this cat, I made this into a little lino print. I also made this chair into a little lino print as well. This was when, this is when we went to Martin's parents' house for the weekend, and I just took with me this sketchbook and I took these pens. So a 1, a 3, a 5 and a 7. And I just basically doodled. I wanted to try and do a lot of doodling, but I find it really difficult to draw when I'm not at home. I know some people can just draw wherever they are, but I just find that really stressful. So I ended up just doodling on the couch. I also drew Alfie a few times, which is Martin's parents' dog. And then I drew Martin's aunt, Auntie Marg. Her hair looked like this. It was fun. I liked it. I think this was maybe the same day, I can't remember, but these are some just some random doodles. And then I have here my Neo pastels, I believe, when I first got some. And then I think I was going through a bit of an art funk, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think I was going through a bit of an art funk. I wasn't drawing. I hadn't drawn for a couple of months. This was just after we had moved house and it was busy at work. I just lost all my mojo. So I was actually on an art chat with a few of my art friends and we chatted for like probably 2 hours, and I just did these really simple doodles. So little faces to start with, and then I did some really simple marker chicken doodles, and then some little marker cat doodles, and I really love doing these actually. And this cat here, if you recognize it, is the cat from the cover, which is pretty cool. I think these were using the Ecoline brush pens, which I really enjoy using. I also did some little blackbirds, or grey birds, I guess these would be. And I think I did these houses on that call, or I might have done this another day, but I have no idea what this is. I actually can't remember what I even used to make it, but I think I was using the dip pen here. And then back to lino printing. So these are some fun shapes I wanted to try. I wanted to do like a lino print that was just practicing cutting with lots of different shapes, which I did do, and it actually turned out really fun. And some little houses. I wanted to do some houses too. I just love drawing these little houses like this. Some more ideas. So for that shape one, I drew lots of different shapes and then lots of like weird doodly things. I'll pop a picture up if I remember. And this was when I got some new materials. I think it was the Inktense pans, maybe. I think it is. And I did them really dark and then I diluted them with water and I just did faces. Sometimes when I do not know what to do, I will just doodle faces like this. And I don't really ever like any of the faces that I doodle. Like, a lot of them I don't like, but I guess it is good to practice drawing faces and trying different nose shapes and different eye shapes and different hairstyles and stuff, even if it's like in doodle form. So the next few pages are just for Patreon, for my patrons. We were doing like a master study month where I basically studied some of my favorite illustrators and I copied them into my sketchbook. So none of this have been on Instagram. I haven't posted them. It was purely for practice, purely to learn things and to share what I learned, basically. And all of these cats, I think there's 3 of them, are from Emma Carlisle. So I'm going to leave everyone's details below so you can check them out. But I loved her colours and her line and everything with these cats. So I copied 3 of hers. And then we go back to copying in a minute. But this is when I got some pan pastels, I think. I was just like, this is when I was still in art block mode, guys. So I actually did these master studies to kind of try and get out of art block. So you can kind of see everything here is all very doodly. There's not like any real time or effort that's gone into any of these pages. And this is when I was still kind of going through that. So this is another one, another master copy. This was actually very difficult because I used a lot of watercolor, and these pages are pretty good for like mixed media, but I definitely wouldn't say they're good for wet material. It really dulls down everything. Like, the pages just soak in the ink or the watercolor, and I found it very difficult. I did another one from this same illustrator on watercolor paper and it turned out a lot better. And this is from a children's book. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's from this children's book here, Little Echo by Al Rodin, and his work is amazing. I'm obsessed. So, trying also to get out of art block again, I was watching Sarah Van Dongen's course on Domestika, and in the course she said, feel free to draw while you're listening to the introduction, so I just drew her. And this was like Angry Pigeon, not quite sure where that came from. I think I was covering a page up underneath here. And then from that same course, we did some very simple exercises, which a lot of these courses have. I mean, I've done them so many times, but just filling up the sketchbook, just mindlessly doodling. This was some of those. This is a fun page, kind of. I was editing a video and I was just doodling myself while I was editing. A lot of these are kind of either blind contour or just contour drawings. They don't really look like me. I mean, gosh, I hope not, but I said draw myself while editing a video down here. I never draw self-portraits, so this is very rare. Some more doodles from that Sarah Van Dongen course. As you can see at the start, at the start of this book, it's literally all just doodles. Towards the end of the book, it definitely changes. Some more some little birds. I think that was from the same course. We just had to kind of draw using the materials that we had tested. So I think this is with paint and pencil. And then I did some blind contour, upside down drawing, negative space drawing, all stuff from that same course from Sarah Van Dongen. This is an upside down drawing. I just chose a cat in the sink, and then I literally got obsessed with cats in sinks. So this was for the negative space ones. I just literally searched cats in sinks on Pinterest, and I came up with so many. It was really fun. And now, this is skipping far ahead into the future, but I actually realized I had this page that was blank. So this is from this month, September, where I did prompts, people's prompts, and this was frogs. And then going back into the past, this is the river. I used to go to the river every single night in the summer and pretty much the spring, I'd say late spring, all through summer. Now it's getting a bit muddy over there, but there were these 4 geese there. Now there's only 2. The brown one disappeared first and then the white one disappeared. Don't know where they've gone, but there's only 2 now. We always see the heron there as well. This was during a live stream. Someone said to draw rhinos, and I actually searched my Google Photos and I found this from the last time I went to South Africa. Everyone really enjoyed well, I don't know if everyone did, but I really enjoyed putting all the flies around the poo. I think everyone enjoyed it. We also did this on live stream, I think. It was just an owl from when we went to Muncaster Castle. I had lots of photos of owls. This is Percy the owl. We named him on stream. This day was very interesting. It's when we walked up to Orest Head with Martin's parents. So this is Martin's dad, Martin's mum, and his mum struggles to walk a bit, walks very, very slowly, and normally I get so, like, I get really impatient. I do not like walking slow. So I decided to take my sketchbook with me and just do an experiment and see if I could draw while walking. And I did this entire page and the next one while walking, not just standing, like I was literally walking, but I was walking so slowly it was almost as if I was standing, and it actually did make the walk go past faster, and I really love it. It's very different than what I normally do. This is another one too, so this is just some trees, and yeah, I basically stood and I did the outline of the trees, and then I took a photo of it, and then as I was going up I was like filling it in and looking at my photo if I needed to. Alright, next page, stuck together. Oh, this was my birthday time because I got some paints for my birthday. The Wallace Seymour acrylic paints, and I haven't used them and I haven't put them on YouTube yet. I really should. I actually forgot I had them. They're beautiful paints. I wanted them for so long, but I found a lot of them are very thin, and actually it was quite disappointing. So this was just like a little practice. I haven't done much apart from this and this page. I don't even know what this is. I think I was trying to like layer it up here and see how thick I could get it, and then also just see how they layered on top of each other. Oh, this is my reduction print video, which I hopefully has been out. I want to try and get it done for this week, so hopefully you've seen this already. But this was just some ideas for my reduction print, and another idea for my reduction print. This is when I got super into oil pastels, into my neo pastels. So I did a lot of neo pastel work over the next, I think, probably a few pages. This is a house that we saw in Carlisle. I actually drew it twice. I drew it in this sketchbook and in a bigger sketchbook too. It looks like I took this out with me when we went for a walk, which is funny because I have a separate book for going on walks. But I guess I took this out with me. This is Elterwater when we went for a little walk. I think this was also with Martin's parents, and I sat down and drew this. Oh, this is a fun page. This surprised me. I got some pencils from Martin's parents for my birthday. They're those pencils that have like 4 or 5 colours in, and you twist them, and like as you twist them they change colour. This was also my owl phase. I go through an owl phase because when we went to Muncaster Castle they have an owl show when they're for my birthday, and I took so many photos of the owls, and then I basically just kept drawing them over and over again. So yeah, these are all the owls again. And then I also got this graphite, let's have a look if I can find it. This art graphite, water soluble graphite, which I also really enjoyed using for a long time, and drew some more owls. And it looks like, okay, it looks like this was another empty page because this is from this month when I drew some llamas for prompts. I can tell every page that was a prompt because it has the prompt cut that I cut up down here, because I would pick out a prompt every day and then I would paste it in afterwards. So I remembered it was a prompt. These are some super fun geese that I drew for work actually. I did a little comic for our newsletter at work, and it was like the geese, and basically it was like that joke. I have a condition where I eat when I can't sleep. It's called insomnia. And I drew these geese and they're so cute. And I also drew these geese. It's kind of a bit hard to see because the pencil was transferred, but this is the goose laying down. He's so tired. He's munching donuts. This is the goose. He's eating chips. And yeah, it was a really fun comic. More owls. I'm still in my owl phase. I don't know when I did this or why. I think I just wanted to keep drawing owls. It's in mixed media, I believe. I like it. Oh, now we're getting onto some prompts. Are the rest all prompts? I think maybe the rest are all prompts. So this is the prompt. This is from this month. I did a challenge I made up myself called Drawing Your Prompt. So basically I asked people for prompts during August, and I picked one out every day apart from a few days when I was really busy. This is lighthouses. I really love this page a lot, actually. This is coastal creatures. I didn't want to draw crabs. So I cheated, I drew puffins. I don't know if that's cheating, but I kind of thought it was cheating. This page is so bright as well. I also refound these neon pencils, which I love. They're Koh-i-Noor dry marker pencils. I got them in a scrawler box years and years and years ago. And I had completely forgotten about them. And I found them again this month, and I've used them nearly every day. This was another prompt buildings. This is a building in Carlisle. I really like this page. I think this is kind of a bit empty here, but there was nothing on the building, so that's literally what it looked like. This isn't part of the prompts. This is just a random page of faces. I don't know why they're here, and I can't remember why. But there you go, random faces. And some random doodles. It literally looks like I just picked any page I wanted to draw like in this sketchbook, because it just seems to jump all over the place. I can't remember what this is, but it's kind of fun, I guess. Oh, okay. Now we're going back to August for Doggust. We're literally skipping all around the place. I'm sorry this is confusing. So now we're going to begin Doggust. So for Doggust, I used the Art Graph water soluble graphite and white pastel and a graphite pencil to sketch all my dogs out, and then I would do a final dog in pastel. So these are going to be all the sketches. So we have Aspen, Dalmatian. I love this Dalmatian. I love the spotty ones, so cute. Sholo, I think they're just called, guys, I have no idea how to pronounce that word. I think they're called Sholo for short though. Australian Shepherd, Shiba Inu. Some of these dogs are so hard to pronounce. A Great Dane. I like this little lady here. She kind of reminds me of Quentin Blake from, you know, the guy who did all of the what's that guy called? Giant, you know, James and the Giant Peach and Matilda, and I'm completely blanking on his name. Italian Greyhound. This is probably my favorite sketch. Oh, I love that one so much. Italian Greyhound is such a great face. They're such great, like, expressive dogs. Alaskan Malamute, or Malamute. I think I left the E off that, but some of these pages get really dark. I just kind of like went a little bit heavy with the graphite, but yeah, they're fun. They're also really messy because I started to spray them and then I got bored, so I didn't spray them. So they kind of all rub together. For the Greyhound, I actually got the Derwent ink. I think it's the pans, the graphite pans. So I wanted to practice that with the graphite. Oh, this little guy with the hearts above his head, so cute. Sometimes, you know, you forget what you've drawn, and then you go back and you're like, oh, I did that. Beagle. I like the beagle. That was a fun one. A lot of these dogs were super, super fun to do. Some of them were really difficult. I love the Border Collie. He was a really fun one to do. But as you can see, that some of these pages are so messy. Look at this Basset Hound's face. I impressed myself. This little Basset Hound here looks kind of sexy, huh? It's like sexy pose. I think I did this one on stream actually. Chihuahua, Pit Bull, Jack Russell, French Bulldog. Oh my gosh, look at this face. So funny. And then the Samoyed. And then, almost finished, the Corgi. You know what? I think I forgot what was in the sketchbook. I think we finished with Doggust here actually. The Afghan Hound. Oh, look at this one with the plaits. So pretty. German Shepherd. And it's literally just dogs, guys. Irish Wolfhound. And then we come to an end with Pit Bull at the end. And some other random. I normally do this on my last 2 pages. So that was that sketchbook, guys. We did see a few prompts. Like, let me see if I can find one. So we had the llamas. I think I was just finishing the sketchbook up, and on the days where I didn't want to do A4, I did it in this. This is lighthouses. That's why it skips around so much. I thought that the sketchbook had a lot of the prompts in, but actually I was thinking about this A4 sketchbook here, which is the one I said is almost finished. I'm like more than halfway. So when this one's done, probably next month, you'll see the rest of the prompts. But I'm sure you know, you've probably seen them on Instagram anyway. But that was it. That was the sketchbook. A lot of, yeah, I actually got the sketchbooks confused. So ignore everything I said at the start when I said that the sketchbooks change. They do change. Like, we go from kind of these doodly things at the start where I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I kind of haven't drawn for so long. And then slowly as we go, we kind of get our mojo back. We start drawing things like this, you know, mixed media stuff. This, where's that owl gone? That it was really popular on Instagram. Let me see if I can find it. This owl here was very popular. And yeah, it was around about this time. I think I started to get my mojo back. And then we go straight into Doggust. Yeah, so that was the sketchbook. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will be back. I mean, I'm not sure what the next video is, but if you did like this tour, pop back next month and this one should be finished. So that's all for today. I hope that you guys have a lovely rest of your week, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.